All right, welcome back to Just Enough Garage. Today we're getting back on the 48 Ford. It's raining. Let's get indoors and finish this project. So last week we did that will it start, right? And we're gonna get on this today. Go ahead and show them the will it start.
It's gone places.
It's still here because we literally have done nothing
see both at once.
Since it would not start. I was talking with a guy. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's probably the computer." Anyways, I looked online. The computers are like $300 to $400 to $500 to paint, and it's a 39-year-old truck. And all of a sudden, he was interested in it for parts, and I'm like, boom! A couple days, he's supposed to come by. He's been working a lot. All right, let's talk about this Ford. Actually, let's close the door, get some light on this subject. I got a few things to go over. Yeah. Okay. Now we're indoors. Okay, let's talk about this Ford. So, all right, let's just start right out. On average, most of you watch this video less than 7 minutes. Okay, great. Moving on. What is this 48 Ford? This 48 Ford has been in my family. It's been in my possession for 25 years. It belonged to my little brother. Some of you who've been with us a long time. He got killed in a car wreck, and this was left behind. At the time, I took it over as a project, as because I wanted to. Okay, that was 1994. Anybody can do a little math.
2025.
Yeah, it's been a while. 31 years he's been gone. The truck has been in our family since then. He owned it for a couple of years before that. Never really got anywhere. The 6-cylinder engine was no good. I've been putting it in. Jonathan, who's working a lot, is my son. He is the one that we're like, yeah, we'll do this because all my stuff comes and goes, whatever. Okay, so now it catches everybody up. I found the flathead. We've made it run. There's some series. Mary's, puts that together. But anyways, new subscribers. Great, appreciate it. Aluminum radiator. These are the chrome stuff. You think you buy it online? No, there was a deal where I had to make some adapters. You look down there. I've ordered some hoses that I hope are going to be right. They'll be at the O'Reilly's tomorrow. Now, let's talk about this. This is a bracket made in China.
That's the worst tuning fork I ever did see.
It's supposed to take the place of the generator. The generator 6-volt. Not only am I doing a V8 conversion, I'm also doing a 12-volt conversion to it as well. Anyways, that's supposed to go in there, and it's supposed to hold an alternator. Now, this is a used alternator I'm using for mock-up. This was the alternator that was on old Pinky. Cubert, whatever his name it is, Pinky. So, I've been driving Pinky a little bit. My Willie's Jeep, obviously, if you guys have seen that. It's kind of pushed to the wayside. All right.
I think you might need an alternator wall of shame.
Well, this one didn't work, and I needed to use
He's got a carburetor wall of shame.
Yeah. Pinky, this didn't work. It just turned the belt, and I needed to drive it the other day. I went and did a photo shoot for cancer awareness. It's not funny about cancer. Sorry for that. But it's funny that somebody where I work has been watching my YouTube stuff, and they said, that Jeep's so pink, we should put it in the photos for this company thing. Anyway, so Pinky went in and got a photo shoot for cancer awareness. It's October. And anyways, everybody participated, and it was kind of the star of the show. But the star had to get there, and it was quite a few miles further than I've ever driven it. So he needed an alternator. So the brand new one-wire alternator that I bought for this guy went out there onto Pinky. So this is Pinky's leftover, and they were a little bit different. This is a Delco American-made alternator. The other one was an Amazon $62. Maybe it was eBay alternator, and some of the width and stuff was different.
And I said, he's robbing Peter to pay Paul of parts here.
I have another one on the fly. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is
You're not putting it on the flywheel. That would be a terrible mistake.
You can buy this pulley, and it says right here. Here.
Oh. You're going to knock off all the Bondo.
This was purchased eBay, but that's the part number. Aluminum alternator pulley, GM to Ford flathead Ford FH. So, this was $49, and this was $22. Now, for more money, they sold one that had a bolt and a little shim that you would put on there, and that was like $35 more. And I'm like, a bolt and a little shim doesn't cost $35. And because I'm always on a budget, because that's who I am, I'll go to the hardware store and buy a $2 bolt and either put some washers or a short piece of pipe, or if I knew somebody with a lathe, I'd make my own, or I'll...
To lathe.
This I needed, so... anyways, let's get started on it. But right off the bat, I saw a problem with this before I've even opened it. And some of you guys are pretty smart, and you've already seen the same problem as me. It's down in this area. So let me show you what that area is, because apparently they don't think you're going to run a fan. But I'm going to run a fan, so let me show you what the problem is. Let me get these back out. Didn't we have this off of a little while ago?
The last time I remember, you didn't film that if you were doing it with John.
I don't remember.
Last time I remember it was on your signed table in here before it got put in.
Now that the truck's down on its wheels, it's not so tall to work on.
You don't need the step stool.
No. Again, this is antique motors, so I mean, I'm not an expert. And if somebody out there is an expert on this stuff, you know, chime in. You know, we're always saying like, comment, subscribe. Well, I've learned a lot from you, and unfortunately, you probably haven't learned. Anyway, so let me get a wrench for that, Mary, and then I'll show you what the problem is. We're gonna have to remember when I said we become car builders? We're custom car builders every time you get something from China.
All right, delay, goodbye.
So the way these flatheads work, Mary, is that you'd put this inner belt on, and you would adjust this up, tighten that clamp.
Yeah.
Then this pulley runs just the fan, and then those bolts, you would pull that up and tighten it. It's the way they did it. So if I loosen that, I take this one off.
You don't love his starter.
It's a generator.
Yeah, same thing, different font.
So you see this?
Oh yeah, the starter's down.
You see this? Look at where my finger is.
Yeah, I was smashing my elbow on the hinge.
See those holes right there? Okay. Pay attention for 42 seconds, you younger kids who don't pay attention. The Chinese couldn't pay attention. Come on, Darian,
I think it's going to take longer than 42 seconds.
All right. So if this was on here, whichever way it goes, there's no damn holes in here is what I'm saying. I have to make my own holes so that the fan can go back on.
Sturdy brasso.
Thanks a lot, China. Come on, America, let's get it together. Okay, does it go this way? We won't know until we... Or does it go the other way? Anyways, we're going to have to drill and tap some holes. Which
Well,
would be great.
you should probably tap them before you drill them.
We can use our drill press and...
No, not our custom lathe.
So then this thing would go up in here. Obviously, that's too far.
Y'all ever heard the word hokey?
Well, maybe it goes behind. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it looks like it goes behind, Mary.
Okay. Makes sense. It might hit the fan if it was farther forward.
We just drop all the...
Right down in there. It's okay. You got your leaf blower. You can leaf blower them out.
Seem to be the same size holes. So this would go here.
Is it even long enough? Just barely?
Okay, I'll find another bolt to shove in there. Ah! Ooh, you bugger!
Big surprise.
Son of a... Cut that off.
Yeah.
You're lucky you didn't have to use any beep words.
Yeah. I'll put in that Family Guy, though, where they just do that breathing. Yeah.
Use that clip.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got this kind of mocked up with some trashy bolts that I found laying over there because that's what I did. So then this is supposed to go on there. And then this is supposed to go on there.
What's the difference between a generator and an alternator? 6 volt and 12 volt?
Alternating current, direct current.
Okay.
This goes through a regulator, and that's why I say I did a... I don't know, I'm not an expert. Ooh, don't let that get your hand, Darian. Alright. So now in theory, I don't have a straight edge weir. It looks like it'll line up just fine. So now all we gotta do, Mary, is because the fan don't freaking work without holes drilled in it. This thing's supposed to go. Does it go like that? No. Does it go like that?
You covered up the holes on the top so we can't see where they're supposed to be, yeah?
There's no holes.
No.
That's why we're drilling it out.
Well, yes, I know. What I'm saying is there holes in the top of the engine, the silvery part of the block. It doesn't thread into that through the holes. I haven't worked on this one enough with you to know.
Is that gonna work? That's gonna have to go on the bottom like this. Look how low the fan's gonna be. Didn't seem like it was that low before. This is a boring video.
No.
This is the part of YouTube where nobody's ever interested in because it's not all glamour and glory.
Glitz and glam.
Well, at least it's got a fan on it.
Glitz and glam, it's got a fan.
Well, I mean, we could go totally, absolutely dumb and these are loose. Go absolutely dumb and put electric fans on everything.
Oh, we got one up on the wall that's way too big for it.
I'm not putting electric fans
I know.
on it. Okay, so I guess it's time to mark out and drill some holes. So now we disassemble everything we just assembled, Mary. And then compare it with where those holes are. So let me get to that and we'll get caught up with you. This is the educational portion of this video. So this is 4 inches from there to there. The Chinese made one is a 3 1/4, so I don't even have the same throw. This is 7/16 by 24 or something. This fine thread bolt Ford used. I have this Tractor Supply set. It's the 7/16 by 14, which is the coarse version, which I think will be all right, you know. Otherwise I have to go buy a different tap. You can see right there that doesn't, but that's okay. So if we come over here to this, watch yourself. These things will get your legs.
Yeah, we got it pushed back a couple more inches. That's as much as it can go, though.
This square was too big.
This square is too little. You need one that's just right.
I like these Fords, Mary, because of the big fenders. They're like a big workbench. Almost as good as that Jeep, flat fender Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what... Okay, I know. Everybody's like, oh, that was too fat. I know. Okay, I know. They're too round this way, though. The fenders are too round.
Yeah. M38 is flat.
So if this was in there... Remember that square washer goes in here?
Yeah.
If I was to put this right about there, I'd run out of room. So that is where I'll drill the center, and then it'll have that much adjustment all the way down to there, and it won't fall out of the notch all the way up to there. So I like the placement of that. I guess we'll have to turn on my phone and see what a drill bit I need for 7/16 14. We'll drill through this with the drill press, and then we can tap it with that, and then we're back in business. We won't be able to use the fine thread bolts that Ford had, but we'll go get some 7/16 14s. So let's get caught up to that now. I guess we'll jump to the drill press next. See how I couldn't center these? Mm-hmm. So that other one over there is a full 3 inches wide. China does 2 3/8 inches wide, but it's metric. So now I'm barely, and I had to go down. These aren't even going to be 7/16 holes anymore. I found my tap for 3/8 24. It'll still be fine thread, but it's going to be dragging on the thing, so we'll probably come in and have to now widen the original Ford part. You know, maybe John was right. Darian, maybe you should just leave it stock. First of all, that 6-volt generator, blah, blah. An alternator generator in that bracket was $400. I could do this whole conversion for like $100, including a new alternator. So I thought, boy, on paper that looks like a good deal. Maybe I should put some oil on that.
You want some magnesium and aluminum polish?
You're killing me, Smalls. That's some hard damn metal, though.
Well, that's good.
Let me get some weasel juice for it. Water displacement, penetrant. I'm trying to penetrate this, so no, it should be rapid tap or something like that. The goal here is you don't overheat the tip of the drill bit. I think this metal's harder than it should be.
You complained that China just wasn't good enough and now it's too good?
It's not too good, Mary. It's not too good.
Oh, baby.
What a joke. Okay. Next step is we're going to do a little countersunk on both of these. And then we'll try to run that tap through there by hand, which will be like 45 minutes of...
Well, it says the season since it's October 24th. That's some Halloween stuff.
Yeah. Is today the 24th?
Yeah.
Is it already 6:50 p.m.?
Yeah. And it's even a Friday.
Well, my red clock don't work anymore, Mary.
No, I thought it would be funny to leave it up there, though, when I set up that digital one.
It's right twice a day. Better than most people.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's that oil you were supposed to bring?
I did bring it. It's right here.
Let me see it. You put that dang light on me, I can't see nothing. Darian, go work on the sun. I'm being in a bad mood because once again I fell for it. Hey, the internet will solve my problem. It won't. Wonder if I should have just cut off the bracket from that generator and then just welded it to this piece and made my own.
Can you weld to brass?
This ain't brass, this is steel.
It looks very brassy.
Nah, this is steel.
It makes sense by the color of the shavings.
They just colored it like that. You know what, if this don't work out, we'll try that. I'll just cut this part right off and weld it to the other part.
Okay.
I think I have another generator over there that's junk. Keep that good one and then... You know, I'm going to teach these guys a lesson. Then I'll send it back to them and say, this is what it's supposed to look like.
Piles of junk, yeah. And then with notes saying it's got to be this much wider and this much.
Yeah, they do that. They had an original. They took a copy off of. And they said, ha-ha, we're not going to do that.
We could simplify it. No, it's one of the simplest parts on the vehicle.
Yeah.
Just do it as it came.
Henry Ford did it 100 years ago. You can do it today, huh? Anyways, the secret to a tap is you'll feel it cut a little, and you go back, and you got to break the chip. Cut a little, go back, break the chip.
If you shut the hell up, you can also hear it happening. I'm not wrong, y'all heard it. He's shaking his head, grinning like, oh, gosh.
Why did I
have you, is what he says.
Why did I keep you all these years? You're not too old to leave at a fire station, Mary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The problem is I know the way home.
You're going to have to fast forward all this talk.
This is boring anyways, and just...
Why is your whole video nothing this week but...
fast forwarded.
Fast forwarding videos. Well, it turns out...
We're too sarcastic and mean to each other. The internet doesn't understand.
Well, we're wasting our time. We're making videos that nobody watch. Well, I take that back. A few people watch. But there's no money in.
Okay.
Is that coming through yet? No. A mile away.
There we go. Hey, your arm's not in the way if I go below your arm. That's a mile, really? You can't use miles. Only America knows miles. Use kilometers.
We're 8/10 of a kilometer away. See the 8/10 part? That's 8/10. No, you're
sure.
8 kilometers or 8 millimeters or 800 meters of a kilometer or some.
1,000 meters is a kilometer? So you're
No, it's not.
800 meters? What is a kilometer then?
Put it in the comments if you know. If
Darian, what does kilo mean?
Kilometer. You killed the meter. You ran it.
No, what is the root of kilometer? What's kilo mean?
I have no idea. How much it weighs? Kilo?
No, 1,000. What's a meter?
Really?
Meter.
3 feet, 39.6 inches.
Okay, so a kilometer is 1,000 meters. It's right there in the name. Kilometer.
That makes it 6/10 of a mile.
There you go.
Man, is it coming through the bottom yet?
No.
Because it's a mile away. Alright, so let's see what happened here. Let's show you how terrible this thing is.
Well, just tips it on the ground.
Okay, I can't even show you. I can't illustrate how terrible it is because I got too many things in my hand.
Well, and it's all greasy too.
All right. So, original. We'll call this one original. Call this one. See how it's just skinnier? That makes a big difference.
Do it from this way. Put it back on. There's the light. Yeah. There.
See, that makes a big difference, that gap. So I've had to try to compensate. Now, obviously, I'm going to need to go get the bolts from the store. So I ended up with 3/8 24. I don't think it's going to work. We're going to have to grind out so much of this inside. It might barely work. Go ahead, Mary. Call it. What is this?
Face of disappointment.
Face of disappointment. I mean, this part turned out alright, the machine part of it that I did there, but...
Yeah, we haven't shown them your beauties.
No, I mean, that part's alright. It's just frustrating. I thought I was ahead of the game.
Ahead of the game on a truck from 48.
Yeah. Can't reach nothing. Too short. Belly's too big. Truck's too low. Whatever. Now, I took that off of there. Now all of a sudden I have to adjust everything again. What's that all about?
Hates you.
It does fit in there nice that way. But these also had they were recessed, right? Doesn't matter. Anyways. So now we'll go get the I think that's probably it, Mary, for tonight. I'll go get the bolts tomorrow because I got some radiator hoses on order. We'll need to put the alternator on, get the scoop of what the belt link's going to be. Try to find some belts. Hopefully something works. That would be nice if we could get radiator hoses on, fan assembled, alternator assembled, all the belts done. Then I can start the wiring, which I'm going to save that kit there. I bought a whole trailer wiring kit thing, and the reason I did that is it was $20, but it had all the wire I was missing for all the tail lights.
Now I have 2 wiring kits.
So I can get all the tail lights done. I believe there's enough material there I can get headlights. If not, I'll do something else for that. But it had some turn signals, it had tail lights. They weren't what I wanted, but it'll get us through, it'll get us going. Still got to modify the throttle cable. So if we get coolant, charging, a battery, wiring, oh, I bought a new ignition, and I can modify that throttle. We already got the brakes nailed, fluids are changed and everything. We're on our way, man. We're going to do it. I know it feels like we're going slow, and that's, well,
we feel it too.
Because we are. This is the grind. I always make that speech, you know, about the grind. Let me turn that thing off. It is blinding me, and I'm getting mad. Anyways, the grind. The grind, grind, grind. Don't give up. Don't, now, don't quit on yourself. That's a toughie, not to quit on yourself, but you get bogged down. And even though Marianne and myself have been out here, what, probably an hour just to do that little bit of nothing, but now we're prepped for the next stage, and we got a direction. I know that the parts we bought will probably work. The very worst, I'll have to come in here and just grind a little bit on the inside here. Maybe a die grinder or something and modify the part. And that's part of my frustration, is if that just bolted right on like it was supposed to, we'd have been done in like 10 minutes, you know? But you got to modify everything, apparently. I don't know. Keep original parts as often as you can. Anyways, so this will go back in our keep it for original pile. But anyways, we'll catch you tomorrow when we're ready to go on to the next phase. Okay, I'm back. I went to the store. This is the next day. Got a few things. I'll show you that part number. Not that anybody cares. 22125. It's a Gates number. I spent another 45 bucks, $20 a piece. So this is one of them that I cut down, and it gave me that look right there. It has a little bit of an upsweep because this is just a little bit higher. So that's going to look out all right. So what it is essentially is this hose right here. I see that little bit of an upsweep, and then it's straight. And I just measured it out, 11¼ inches, cut it off, attached it. Then I went to the store, Tractor Supply, to get some nuts and bolts. And you guys remember in the last clip we did 3/8 by 24. Well, I needed 1.5 inches, and they had these 2 because, of course, the bin was empty on 1.5 inches. And why would it have any, right? Anyway, so let me set you guys up. I'm piecing this together, and I don't believe it should be this difficult. I don't know if it's just my communication, my internet ability. I'm not sure what the heck is going on. So I'll finish the hoses, but I'll show that these should just thread right in there. So at least if you're a guy from, you know, whether or not you can do this from home. So the problem is that thread's fine, but I've got this thick base, and because now that's longer, you see how it's going to bottom out. So I'm going to end up putting some washers in there, which isn't at all what I want to do. I might go to another spot and see if I can find some other bolts. But at least I'll get it assembled together today. I can get the measurement for the belts, and I should be able to go for it. I got to tighten all this hardware. So I'm going to plug away on this for a few minutes, and hopefully I'll have some success. My goal is to get that alternator just fabbed in there, get these belts all on, kind of get it figured out. We can start working on that throttle cable back here, making that attach, finish wiring. Well, we can plumb up the fuel tank, a few other things. I'm gonna have to mount a battery somewhere because the starter's on this side. There is a heater box there. I've never tried to, include it, but I'm thinking about putting a starter right here, putting all the solenoid, everything real close, so it's just a bang bang quick, shorten all the lengths I can on the cables so that it's more efficient. And then we'll just run some power wires. Run some power wires over to the fuse panel. I got to make a plate for that up there to mount that to the firewall, because I'm not in the mood of drilling any more holes in this old antique. Oh, it is plugging away, but man, are we earning it. So I'll keep plugging away, clamp everything down. If we're lucky, it'll actually hold water. I've never had coolant in this engine, so we'll see what happens. Then we got an exhaust to do. I guess we're just down to that. Exhaust and wiring, fuel tank connection, coolant. Man, we should be on our way. My goal is to get something done this year, and I feel like we've done that, so we're on a head of steam. Let's keep heading for the steam. I'll get back to you when I'm finished. So, it got dark on me, practically. I'm out here struggling. I'm on the bus, riding it around the block. I made this little bracket. Every video I say I do some welding. Here's the welding for this video. Again, if you're not a welding guy, you better become one. So a while back I talked about putting this up here like that, right under the hood. So I've got these 3 holes, and I made that plate. I've cut these little studs, I'm gonna zap-a-roo them. So these are gonna go right here. They're gonna stand off just slightly. Those 3 original holes for the firewall. Then that wire deal will sit on there, and then I have not done any major conversions to it. I know that's ridiculous, but that's where the voltage regulator was those 3 holes. So I'm just going to duplicate that. I had that piece of tin. You've seen me well before. I'll show you the end product. I'll paint it. Then turn the light around here. Then that won't be ugly over there hanging out. Update on this project. I filed like a mad dog, and I cannot get the second one to align. I don't know if you guys are good enough to see in there how just barely, it's just barely off. So I filed and filed and filed on these 2 inner sides with this great big file until my arms were on fire. I got a place where I can take it, and they've got a nice die grinder in there, and this is hard material. It's cast steel, but it's hard. It's 40s hard. It's not Chinese hard. It's hard material. Anyways, I'll take that into work the next day, and they got a little shop in the back, and I can use a die grinder in there that I don't have with a decent carbide bit, which I don't have. I have some aluminum bits, but I didn't even try those. Anyways, I get in there and I'll take a few thousandths off of both sides. This will center up. This should work because it almost takes thread. You remember in the previous video in the clip, we drilled and tapped that, and that was my concern. This should have been wider. There's a big gap here on both sides. The Chinese have messed this up, or whomever ordered these gave them wrong specifications. So if you end up wanting to do one of these and you want to buy this bracket, they're not designed to be run with a fan apparently, because there was no holes in there. I want to run the fan, so this is what I'm doing. In hindsight, I probably should have drilled a hole straight through, just a little bit over, not threaded nothing, made a stud, put a stud in there, weld the back side where you won't see it, and then I could have just done a nut on the front. It probably would have been a little easier. I tried to get crafty. Ha ha ha, machine shop Darian in the backyard. All right, well, let me zap this and I'll show you the end result. You guys have seen me weld. Then we can, well, I'll try to get this finished, but this is gonna be like next week before I can get this into where I can get that shaved down. Then I'll get the belts. So we did get some progress. We got some stuff done. I'm gonna jump on the wiring. All my stuff showed up for that. So you probably won't see a lot of that. I'll just do it. It's nothing to see. Air cleaner, I need to find one. I would love to find an old oil bath one. I need to still build a battery box for right here. There's all kinds of stuff still going on with this. But I mean, let's talk money. These should not have been that much money. That kit from here down was $80. This was another $57. I spent $45 plus some clamps on those 2 hoses. So anybody who's really good with math will tell me I'm at like $135 to $145 worth of junk. That's too much for me. I mean, that's ridiculous. I know things are going up in price, and I don't want to sound like a cheapskate, but this, for all the work and building the brackets and all that, I mean, I didn't even include those adapters we put in there. The radiator was pretty good price, but then again, it had this goofy setup, so I don't know what to tell you. If you're working on flatheads, somebody said they're expensive. They are not kidding. Anyways, let me finish welding this, and we'll move on. All right, well, it looks like this paint I'm tired of waiting on. It's not exactly warm in the shop, but it's not exactly cold. So let me set you guys up. Let's see if it fits. Put you right here where you can. Hopefully I won't get in your way. So I took the original screws that came out of there, cleaned them all up. Put them in. Gonna put them in service. No, I guess we're not. The hole isn't drilled tall enough. Oh no, it is. You're dumb. Ugh. It's tough being me. Like I say, these fenders are great for working on, but they're just not rounded. They're too sloped. They're a little bit off and they're a little bit tight. Stand by. I'm gonna drill those a little larger, and we'll have plenty of room then. Well, I got the screws to start. I had to wallow out this one a little bit and that one, but hey, the other one was perfect. So now these are the original screws from the Ford Manufacturing Company from 1948. This is a removable plate. You guys have been involved in the discussion. Jonathan, my son, who's working another 14 days in a row, he'll be back in a couple of weeks. He wanted to keep it all stock, and I'm not in a position to buy all the remanufactured wiring and all the original cloth, and we haven't done the rotisserie body work and all that. So my goal here is phase 1, get it running with what I can. I'm converting it to 12 volt, I'm converting it to V8, so that we can then, you know, use the truck. So now, how does that fit? Gotta just chase those holes a little bit too. Everything metric, going on standard. Let's drill a hole here. That plastic's easier to drill. Oops. Okay. Okay. So now, run these in a little bit, because I don't want the wire to rub on the truck, but it also doesn't need to be kinked that badly either. That looks about right. So I've got these washers. I don't know if you guys remember when I did that Chevy Suburban out there in the driveway, it was kind of like this. I tried to make a little washer's too fat for up there. No washer. This video should be called Watch an Old Man Struggle. I can't see nothing anymore. Get a better set of glasses, I guess. Chase that nut out of there. Yeah, this is going to be a painful build if you guys got to watch me do every little thing like this. Like I say, I'll try to work on the wiring when it's not on film. I thought you would be interested in that stuff. You guys saw the manufacturer of that equipment. I'm not saying they're good or bad. That stuff all came from eBay for the alternator conversion. I'll buy another alternator, one wire. Like I say, the pink Jeep, I took it to this place. It was used in a photo shoot, and of course the radiator gave me problems because it was old. So ta-da! Let me zoom you out. So now that is what I was going for. Now I've got this under the hood. I've placed it far enough back that any water that would come down, in theory, will not touch this. This is not rubbing. We still have the original harness deal to put back in here, but I'm going to probably run some wires through. Ooh, what's this? What's this little gem? Anyways, there's some work going on here. So now I can start running the wires. There's a bazillion holes in this. You can see there's just a bazillion holes. I might get in here with the welder and zap each one that I don't need to smooth that out. You saw I did it with the bed a while back. So there's things going on. I want to make this thing run and drive under its own power. So I guess that's what we're going to next. So maybe this week I'll get this all rigged up and we'll show you a little clip of it at the end. Anyways, if this is the end of the video, thanks for watching. Just Enough Garage. I appreciate it. For you guys who are new subscribers, tripped over my drill. Do not stand on a drill. For you guys who are new subscribers, I appreciate that. We're inside. We've got a bunch of stuff going on. I still got one more Willet start. I still got a Z-Car four-wheel drive out there to work on. Still trying to get this thing going. I keep the rest of this stuff kind of in here as a storage unit. Of course, on my other Willys rat rod, there's videos. My RS Capri, there's videos. M38 Jeep, there's videos. We've made over 220 videos or so. Some of the artwork. This is exciting. When the play that's currently on is finished, which is Phantom of the Opera, this was from Aladdin. I'm going to get a great big elephant to put up there because there's a great big elephant that's just as large as that. It's going to go up there on the wall. I've already secured that. That's something my wife built. I'm pretty proud of what she does. And so we both have talents. We complement each other on that. She stays in her lane. I stay in my lane. It works out well. I do cars. She does plays. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll get with you guys later, and we'll talk to you then.